Welcome back to Total Shock Fiction. I'm your host, Pandit Cole. I just wanted to do a quick little vid here to read you guys my write-up on the Fun with Dumb podcast ending, because it's just this is just written in the description of the short, and I know it's gonna go largely unrecognized, because it's like, who's gonna read a fucking 10-paragraph description in a short, right? But I did kind of like a journalistic write-up, talking about the Fun with Dumb podcast, the shared universe of like Fun with Dumb, Tigerbelly Trash Tuesdays. I talk about Bobby and Kalila, and I wanted to go through and just read this out and, post it on the channel so people have a little more quicker access to it. So the Fun with Dumb podcast has come to an end. Battle rapper, actor, content creator, and podcaster Dumbfounded has ended his podcast. It ran for 7 years. In the final episode, he reveals his own dissatisfaction with the support of his peers in mainstream Hollywood and the entertainment industry. In the 7 years the podcast has been running, the cast of the pod, primarily his creator Jonathan Park, known by his pseudonym Dumbfounded, one of the most well-known Asian American battle rappers in battle rap history. Facts. Fellow MC Rick Lee and female co-host Steffi Bake, an Asian American actress, model, and writer and self-proclaimed American Brazilian Korean weirdo, have garnered the attention of many loyal viewers who come from all backgrounds and not only within the Asian American community, such as myself. Spawned by some of the same creative forces behind the of course I fucked up. Had to fuck up at least once. Spawned by some of the same creative forces behind the monolithic podcast Tigerbelly, helmed by its captain, Korean-American comedian and actor Bobby Lee, Dumb finally admits to being the spiritual son of the Tigerbelly podcast in the final episode. Bobby Lee had previously joked on the pod in his first appearance on the podcast, saying that Dumb, quote-unquote, ripped them off with laughs. I myself recently went through some very difficult times and found solace in the podcast world of Tigerbelly and Fun with Dumb. Two very terrific podcasts that seem to cohabitate the same shared pod universe, including Trash Tuesdays, a podcast co-created by the mastermind behind the creation of Tigerbelly, and without question, a genius creative force within the podcast space, Bobby Lee's ex-girlfriend, Kalila Kuhn. A former nursing school student turned content creator and social media influencer. She is also a business owner and has created her own hair care line called Ebb Ocean Club. Sorry, Kalila, if I mispronounced your last name. I apologize. It is with great despair I write this to inform the greater YouTube world of the underground village that Fun with Dumb has ended. In this final episode, Dumbfounded expresses his irritation and annoyance with the lack of support from prominent entertainers and figures in the Asian American community that don't regard the podcast as a big enough media platform to appear on in favor of mainstream platforms in white Hollywood. He states that if presented with $75K to fund the pod for an entire year, he'll keep it going. I wish I had the money. I'd double that. $150K. Instant, nigga. Dumbfounded, Rick Lee. Oh, no, excuse me. I skipped a paragraph. I second the proclamation for entertainers and social media personalities with large platforms to support independent media, to support creators from their own communities and cultures, and not merely the mainstream media because the fame that one becomes associated with. Let me read that again. Let me fucking read that shit again, bro. You feel me? Let me read that again so y'all can fucking hear it. I second the proclamation for entertainers and social media personalities with large platforms to support independent media. Independent media. Facts. To support creators from their own communities and cultures, and not merely the mainstream media because of the fame that one becomes associated with. You're giving value to a system that doesn't give a fuck about you. You're giving value to these Hollywood execs, to these entertainment industry execs who don't give a fuck about you. You're a name on a call sheet. They don't give a fuck about you. They would AI replace you in an instant if they could. And soon they will. They don't give a fuck about you. That's my add-on. I find it sad that a platform that has generated so much support from its audience has ultimately ended due to the leaders of the community it serves failing to support such a special space for cultural dialogue. Dumbfounded, Rick Lee, and Steffi Bake are the three central pillars of the pod, but they have had many faces and voices over the years that have helped to cultivate the archive of content created within the Fun with Dumb universe. I salute the Fun with Dumb podcast, and once I am rich enough to finance the pod, I will contact Dumbfounded myself to bring it back in a major way. Until the future, thanks. So in case anyone isn't aware, or in case you didn't know and need to know on a need-to-know basis, I am a media producer, content creator. I've been creating content in the forms of hip-hop, rap music, internet radio, podcasts, independently produced, many different YouTube channels, different podcasts, different rap groups, different music affiliations, different organizations. Published literature, fiction, books, dark fantasy fiction. Total Shock Fiction is a multimedia platform. Total Shock Fiction does not only include the books that I've published under the Total Shock Fiction publishing imprint, but all media associated, all forms of storytelling presented on this channel. On this channel, we promote international hip-hop from around the world. Artists in Venezuela, Germany, Spain, Colombia, with a hyper-focus on Japanese hip-hop in Japan. A-Witch, Jindog, Anarchy, Mari, Lana, Nini, Yuki Chiba. Hip-hop is storytelling. I previously did a video called Join the Hotep Initiative. My goal was for people to form a unified collective front where we can all have a cultural exchange regardless of our backgrounds. That has already been done. It's called hip-hop. That's why I started promoting international hip-hop on this channel, because I realized that hip-hop had already established Hotepism around the world. Hotepism already exists around the world everywhere. The proper way for being already exists everywhere. That's what Shingon is about. If you haven't heard my Shingon album, go listen to it. It's on the channel. Shingon and Shingon 2. A presentation of international hip-hop acts from around the world. Artists from around the world. Go fuck with that shit, bro. And it's podcasts like Tigerbelly, podcasts like Fun with Dumb, YouTube content from creators who were not afraid to be themselves on camera, who have inspired me to create my own content, to promote other people's content, to use my platform to promote other people. It was through promoting these international hip-hop acts that I now see my own power to promote myself. But I still want to promote other people. I want to promote myself so I can get in the position to promote other people. I want to get rich so I can be in the position to finance talented motherfuckers that I know are already stars, but mainstream media will never shine a light on them because they're not part of their fucking agenda. It is my goal to build new media platforms, podcasts like Fun with Dumb, international tours, a Shingon tour, a national tour of Japanese hip-hop throughout Japan, Shingon. These are the goals I have in place. These are things I will see through to fruition. I will see these through to completion. We'll take the clip from this fucking footage and then show you the footage of the Shingon tour with A-Witch and Jindog. Right there. Like, nigga, I'm telling you this shit from out of my fucking garage, nigga. It don't matter I'm in my fucking garage. That don't mean shit, nigga. You could be in a motherfucking mansion with 8 bitches, all the fucking liquor and drugs you could want, and hate your motherfucking life and go in your room and blow your motherfucking brains out, nigga. Don't matter where the fuck I'm at, nigga. What the fuck matters is what's in here, nigga. Are you a free mind? Or are you an enslaved mind? Are you free or are you a fucking slave, nigga? Welcome to the Morpheus era. Reflect those shades, nigga. Remain a free mind. Live and die for the fame. Signing off.
Total Shock Entertainment.